From badgers in their burrows to murrelets high in redwood canopies, Midpen lands are home to a surprising variety of wildlife, flying, sliding, and swimming across the landscape.
We live in a really exciting and fascinating area. This is a biodiversity hotspot, and it's also an extremely urbanized area. And so I think a lot of folks don't tend to realize that we have these, wildland wonders in our backyard.
The thriving diversity of Midpen open spaces provide the habitats wildlife rely on for shelter, food, and family.
One of the things that people need to keep in mind when they come out to nature is that we're entering somebody else's home. We're not alone on this planet. This is not just for humans, but that we have these areas that we set aside for nature, for the other inhabitants of this planet.
We need wildlife, not just because we love them, but also because they maintain balance in the natural world. Top predators such as mountain lions, bobcats, and badgers control populations of deer and rodents, which can overconsume native plants, wander onto neighborhood roads and highways, and spread disease when their populations are too large.
Midpen has this braided mission of protecting and supporting natural resources that are found in this very diverse area, but also providing opportunities for recreation and enjoyment to our community and to our public.
At Rancho San Antonio Open Space Preserve, the trails visitors use for recreation are the same ones wildlife use to travel and hunt, sometimes surprisingly close to public areas.
Rancho is one of our most heavily used preserves by far, and we have a fairly healthy, consistent mountain lion population moving through, or at least occupying this preserve. And so it's an inherent management balance that we're trying to strike.
Striking that balance requires an understanding of how mountain lions and other wildlife use these trails. So Midpen has set up a grid of cameras throughout the preserve, snapping photos of the animals as they move past.
Oh, it's a lizard. Today I'm checking wildlife cameras. I basically open them up and see what's on the cards, take them back so that I can analyze them.
Photos, we get 5,300.
So we're trying to see what wildlife are doing in our preserve, especially mountain lions and what their activity is like, how our trail use is impacting their movements in the parks.
This is just one of an array of cameras set up throughout the preserve, documenting the diversity of life here and providing Midpen with valuable information.
We're hoping to have more data to make confident management decisions that will protect not only the wildlife, in particular mountain lions, but also our preserve visitors.
More than data points, these photos capture intimate moments and reveal the mysterious lives of wildlife in our midst.
I'm always just really in awe, kind of getting this peek into a world that not many people get. It's shocking just how much life is there.
A tremendously exciting array of behavior and these sneak peeks into wildlife activity that you wouldn't otherwise get to see. It's really fun.
Some of these animals live here at Rancho, but many are just passing through, traveling from one preserve to another. Connecting these open spaces is essential for the survival of species like badgers, which follow their food along the grassy ridgelines of the Santa Cruz Mountains, and mountain lions, which can have territories of 60 to 100 square miles.
Mountain lions need these large landscapes, large protected landscapes, so that they have room to roam and go about their business without getting into conflict with people.
Midpen is working with the Santa Cruz Puma Project to study mountain lion populations in the Santa Cruz Mountains, to learn more about their habitat needs and how they move across the landscape.
In trying to understand how pumas are affected by humans in this environment, we've been putting radio collars or GPS collars around their necks and That allows us to collect this invaluable information about where they're going, what they're doing, and how they're responding to humans on the landscape.
The data they're collecting tracks the precise movements of individual cats as they live their lives and illustrates how busy roads limit their ability to find food, mates, and habitat.
The greenbelt is valuable, but it's most valuable when it's connected. So it's not just protecting the greenbelt, to me it's connecting the greenbelt.
To help connect breaks in the greenbelt, Midpen is working with its partners to design and build a wildlife crossing along this stretch of busy Highway 17 just outside of Los Gatos. It will actually be 2 crossings, an underpass for wildlife and an overpass for people, linking 2 long stretches of the Bay Area Ridge Trail.
So the wildlife crossing, it's going to connect a population that will help them in the near term, but it will help for generations to come. These animals are already facing the current threats, but we know that we have a changing climate that might be hotter and drier and harder to navigate, and let's make one less hurdle for them.
It gives me great hope because once we put in the wildlife tunnel, they'll have a way to safely get across the road and sort of keep these 2 sides of the Santa Cruz Mountains connected for mountain lions and lots of other wildlife as well.
Balancing the needs of people and wildlife is a challenge, but projects like this one will connect protected open spaces and help ensure the future of many iconic species and allow us all to coexist in this special place we all call home.